This is your place for college football talk each and every day here at MarkRogersTV, the voice of college football. So please lock it in, subscribe, as we mentioned right there on the screen, like the videos, and comment below your thoughts on Ohio State football, as we've got Pat Murphy on the line from Bucknuts 247 Sports. So please join him and the rest of the staff covering Ohio State football. Don't need to fill you in on what the 247 Sports brand is all about. They're among the best, certainly. Chase Young leaves for the NFL, unique talent, disruptor, 21 tackles for loss, 16 sacks. Okay, we do an Ohio State live show every week, and somebody at some point every week in the live chat mentions, maybe multiple people, where are we going to get a pass rush? Chase Young is gone. Well, there are waves and waves and waves of players. If you just believe in the recruiting rankings, maybe you start with Zach Harrison just in regards to the stud 5-star that's come in, but outline the defensive line play, both from a rush standpoint and also defending the run.
Yeah, I mean, you don't lose a guy like Chase Young and have it be easy to replace him. I mean, let's just be frank about that. He was picked as highly in the draft, a Heisman Trophy contender, all those things for a reason. And you bring up the statistics and his numbers and setting records at Ohio State, and he missed 2 games last year. So let's just start with that. It's certainly going to be difficult. Now, Ohio State has done well, not only recruiting, but developing defensive linemen. I mean, there's the names Chase Young, the Bosa brothers and whatnot, but also the likes of guys like Sam Hubbard, Jalen Holmes, maybe not the superstars, but those are the guys that may have to, play a big part this year, and maybe develop into those superstars. You mentioned Zach Harrison. He certainly has the pedigree coming out of high school, got a lot of experience last year. So he could be that next Bosa, Chase Young type of player, but there's a lot of talent on the defensive end. Jonathan Cooper comes back. He's going to be a 5th-year senior, guy who was hurt most of last year with an ankle injury, only played in 4 games, so he was able to redshirt and come back and kind of do things right for his senior year. The stats aren't alarming for Jonathan Cooper, but a very good player. A guy that I expected to be, the number 2 with Chase Young last year before the injuries. So he'll be back. I know he's very motivated. Tyreek Smith, Tyler Friday, Javonte Jean-Baptiste, those are all guys that were highly recruited, young players who have had experience here and there, but haven't really gotten a ton of snaps. They're certainly going to see an increased workload this year in the rotation with Cooper and Harrison. So there's a ton of talent there. They're going to be able to rush the passer. That's just, that's what Ohio State does. Larry Johnson is the best in the business as a defensive line coach and getting guys ready to do that. I think the big question kind of comes in the middle, where you're losing 2 very good, maybe even 3 very good players in that interior of the defensive line. Where do you find that kind of production? You mentioned stopping the run. That's big there. Again, they've got a number of highly recruited players: Haskell Garrett, Tommy Togiai, Antoine Jackson, Teron Vincent. Antoine Jackson played at Auburn before transferring to Ohio State. The names are there. It's just about plugging them in and getting that same level of production. And, I think the defensive tackle, nose tackle positions aren't the sexiest. They don't record a ton of statistics, but not only do they help stop the run at the line, but they set things up for the linebackers. And, it allows for a lot of things to happen when you have production there. And so Ohio State certainly needs to replace what they lost last year, but I think they definitely have the guys to do that. It's just, again, a matter, and I think we've said this at a lot of positions as we talk Ohio State, a matter of guys emerging and proving themselves.
Yeah, my guy Robert Landers moves on, and Davon Hamilton received a lot of attention once we went to the offseason and NFL scouts got a hold of the tape and looked at his measurables. He certainly rose up the draft list there.